This movie shows why you should never call Mr. Breaking Bad a communist. Trumbo, directed by Jay Roach, starring Bryan Cranston as Dalton Trumbo. He is a screenwriter for movies that came out in the late 40s and the 1950s, like Roman Holiday, Kirk Douglas's Spartacus, and The Brave One. Now, Dalton Trumbo was an excellent screenwriter, but at the same time, he was part of the American Communist Party. And back in the 1940s, 1950s, we were in the Cold War. So you're part of the American Communist Party and you're a Hollywood screenwriter. It was something started by the Motion Picture Agency called a blacklist, where they were putting members of the American Communist Party that were screenwriters on this list to make sure they wouldn't get any work. Dalton Trumbo was on this list, and because of this, he had to write screenplays under an alias or ask his friends to allow him to use their name to write screenplays. And this list was started by conservative gossip columnist Helda Hopper, played by Helen Mirren, and Hollywood personalities like John Wayne, who's played in this movie by David James Elliott. And he does a great job of making himself feel like he really is John Wayne. He really did a very good job of playing the role. This is a really excellent movie. I really did like this movie, and Bryan Cranston is fantastic, transforming himself into this screenwriter of the late 40s and 50s. The movie does a great job of creating this feel of the 1940s and 1950s. Diane Lane is in this as Dalton Trumbo's wife. She is great, and Cranston and Diane Lane have great chemistry in this film. Alan Tudyk from the TV show Firefly plays one of the screenwriters in this film. He's very good. John Goodman plays an owner of a film studio that Dalton Trumbo gets some work for. He's great. He has one of my favorite scenes in the movie where he gets really mad at somebody because he hired Dalton Trumbo, and that scene is awesome. You see a little bit in the trailer, but when you see the full scene in the movie, it's really good. The actor that plays Kirk Douglas in this film, since Dalton Trumbo helped write Spartacus, Dean O'Gorman, is really good in this film. I really did like him. He actually feels like Kirk Douglas, which is awesome. Ellie Fanning plays Dalton Trumbo's oldest daughter in the movie in the second half of the film. She's great. And this was just a really, really excellent movie. I really did like this. And I definitely think Bryan Cranston could get an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. Diane Lane could get an Oscar nomination probably for Best Supporting Actress, not for Best Actress, because I don't think her role in this movie could qualify as a lead role. And this was just a really, really good movie. It's not a pro-communist movie, even though the main protagonist is a communist. This is pro-free speech, because that's what he's really fighting for. He's fighting for his right for freedom of speech to write screenplays, even though he's part of the Communist Party. Congress shouldn't be dictating how you write screenplays just because of your political beliefs. That's not right. So I really did like this movie, and this is a really great film. I'm going to give this movie an A. Definitely check this movie out.